that I can't go to the gym. I would like to go to the gym, but because over the weekend Boris sat down and he said that you should avoid social contact and social events and places, so that's like theatres, pubs, clubs, so that involves the gym, because so many people go to the gym and they touch the surfaces. So if I like pick up a dumbbell or something, you don't know how many people have touched it, and the germs of corona can survive on those surfaces for up to like 7 days or something like that. So isolation. So even though I don't socialize at all, like I literally just stay in my house anyways. The only time I go out is to go to the gym, which is the only social place I go. But I don't talk to anyone. But the severity of the situation is steadily rising, especially with people dying, which is today, I think it's like 55 people. It's very serious. I mean, despite all the memes and things, it is a very serious situation, and there is no point of worrying about it because it will come. I mean, it's kind of like living in one of those zombie movies, but don't deny the seriousness of the situation. Like I saw a video on TikTok yesterday, and that was this woman reached for some toilet roll, and this woman snatched it off her, because she's needing it, but her whole basket was full of toilet roll. So I don't even get me started with the toilet roll, because what people need massive amounts of toilet roll for, I really don't know. Like, it has nothing to do with the virus. Hand gel and hand sanitizer, soap, I can see why people would want to buy those, but toilet roll, for the meantime, no one is sick. So even if we do get sick, we got a great thing. Just, I swear, it will just be Netflix. It would just be Netflix, and just that's our contingency plan, Netflix. But it might be useful in the future. So one thing I know is I've already lived through Brexit, and that's going in history books. I mean, I'm 13, but it's going to be in the history books. Brexit's going to be in the history books. This is going to definitely be in the history books. So we need to document it. Last night, my mum and dad, they went shopping and tried to get some bits, as they usually do. We did not panic buy, because we did not feel the need to panic buy like everyone else. I mean, why people were buying toilet roll, I really don't know. But we're left with the aftermath of their panic buying. So my dad went to the store. They went to Tesco's in Drayton. And according to my dad, he's never seen the shop so bare. The shop's shelves were bare. He said they couldn't buy any vegetables. There was limited food supply. There was no chicken. There was no vegetables. There was no medicine. So if you wanted to buy paracetamol, you couldn't, because they've run out of that. Obviously, ibuprofen they probably didn't run out of, because ibuprofen doesn't work for corona. But yeah, you shouldn't be taking ibuprofen. But basically the shops were bare, and he says, like, even if you can't buy chicken, that's like really bad. Long life milk, UHT milk, because we usually buy that because my dad can't be bothered to chuck it in the freezer. The really expensive foods, because obviously people around here, they don't want to buy the really, really expensive foods. They went and they cleared out all of the cheap food. So he wasn't very happy that he had to buy a Wiltshire Gammon, which cost a lot of money, and PG Tips. But also they've run out of tea bags. The smallest jar of coffee he could get was like a massive tub. And that to me doesn't sound like a bad thing. I mean, I like coffee, but hey, that's so that happened. And this morning, my dad gave us a list saying it was a treasure hunt, which to boost morale, but I've renamed it the scavenger hunt because I felt like I was scavenging. So the scavenger hunt is basically all of the items we couldn't get in the store, so basically eggs, toilet roll, things like that, vegetables, and we have to go and find them. So basically, he told me, don't leave the house without any money, so that if you can if you go past a store and you've got money and you see something you need, go buy it instantly. Don't think twice, just go and buy it. Buy of toilet roll. There was no toilet roll. I'm talking zilch. Not even one packet of toilet roll was left on the floor. There was nothing. Because we got no toilet roll, my dad has told me that he's bought a bidet thing, which basically you put it in the toilet. It sucks up, like the pipe sucks up water, toilet water, and then you hold a little chute above your asshole and it squirts water up to clean it, like in India. I really do not want to do that. So that's why I think my tissue idea is much better. But if it does come to that, then what else can you do? This is desperate times. They're not trained to do that. And also just isolating from their friends completely, which they don't know how to do that either. But me being me, I'm actually in a better position because I've been isolated from my friends for about a year now, and I work in this room around me. So I'm also very self-dedicated. So I don't have a problem, but they might probably have some problems. I think we're hunkering down now, honestly. My family is definitely hunkering down because my dad is at risk with his body mass. So it's all happening. It is all happening. I'm hoping mock exam things and past assessments of our coursework. So for me, that'll be both A's. So I was gonna get an A anyway, but not to brag, but we have to brag now. My dad went to a unit that he was working at, and he noticed that because no one was around, he noticed that there was some cheap ass toilet paper. I'm talking like very, very cheap ass toilet paper, like £1, like, but like still toilet roll. Okay, he went, found it, and he nicked it. He took it and left them with half a roll left. That's something my dad would do, honestly. Need to be fined the furniture polish, but we also found a whole chicken, and we haven't found chicken for a long time now in the store. And we also found paracetamol. Like, the Lord was shining on us. It was that bad. The Lord was with us. Like, it's the Lord. The Lord was with us, I swear. I've never been so happy in my life to see some paracetamol. I was like, oh my god, yes. Who's got the paracetamol? Me. I got the paracetamol. Me. And just chicken. My dad was stoked about the chicken. And we also got some rice. We actually found long life shelf food, which we haven't been able to find for the last week or so. So we have a chicken now in our freezer, and we have all of the paracetamol we need now. So we are Gucci, and I will keep you updated with hopefully what's going to happen with my exam. So we'll see you then. I mean, look at this. Look, my muscles are disappearing clearly. Like, yeah, okay. So they need to be used. Because the economy is going. Yeah. My nan, she sounds good. I mean, she's not being as sensible as you would have thought because she's my nan. Yeah. So basically, my dad also is kind of freaking out, and he's scared of it because he done training in biological warfare, and he says this is like a biological hazard. Like his training for army and stuff like that. They made him go into like a gas chamber without a gas mask on. I don't even know. Like, he told me it was the worst experience of his life. Campaign on mental health in young people, and it turns out that the guy who responded to me actually left her employment. So what are the chances? What are the chances? Guess who introduced change in the mental health system? Me. I know it's cringy. Hello. How are we doing? We're doing good. And also because I want to do my leg exercises, which I do for my lower belly in the mornings, where I literally just, my legs will go from like, pull up my legs like that. So that's my stomach. So I just pull up. I don't know. It's like, you know. So honestly, Britain is us. We need that morale. Keep going. So good on Ant and Dec, really. Because we have one of those things. We attach Dad's racing bike, we butcher the saddle because the uncomfortable racing bike seats just go up your ass. So, yeah, and I am in a onesie, so, yay! And I know that exercise is so important for my mental health, because without it, my mental health goes from being really stable to going, you know, because endorphins, chemicals, everything. So she's out with her friends while they're out of school. It winds me up to the core, because this is exactly what I was talking about. The fact that people will be outside of school, but that won't stop them from seeing their friends because they'll miss them too much. And this is my problem. That every time you meet someone and you're hugging them and everything else, you're spreading the corona. Like, you may not have it, but they might have it. It winds me up, because it's like, you could spread it, and then that's how it will spread further. And they really should not be doing that. I'm okay because I don't have any friends, but or like, I did have friends, and my friends I never see. I'm so used to being on my own, but it's different for them. I'm enjoying it. It's going well. I was the only person up this morning to actually do the exercise, but that was their problem, not mine. So done my maths. That was relatively okay, but apart from the fractions, because I suck at them, literally suck at them. But so also, I don't know if you can see, but yeah, you can't see, but like, I actually am growing a monobrow, and that's not good. So my dog tried to hump me. I was like holding her up in the air, and then she was like, and then she was like, yeah, and I was like, nah, queen. I was so freaked out, and it was so funny at the same time, because I would expect someone like my dad's dog Tom to do that, but not her. She's like a woman. And then I was like, and then you just gotta be like, oh, breaking news, my dog's a lesbian. So London hospitals are facing a coronavirus tsunami. Well, that was going to be inevitable anyway. Yeah, no, I also FaceTimed my nan today. This is my nan on video call. I took a picture of her. I won't tell Grandad, but today I punched out a £2 coin because I was bored. That is the outside ring of a £2 coin. See? And I was just bored, and I was like, I saw someone do it, and I was like, I want to know if that actually works. It does work. And now I can't get back it in. But there we go. I also made these signs. Stay out, humans. And my catchphrase for the entire thing of this: don't let the pandemic win. Rose White 2020. My slogan. And worst of all, Michael Gove is doing the coronavirus update on the news today. Yes, you heard me right. Michael Gove. That sucks. I'll just show you this text I got from the government about staying at home. That's good. I hope I talked about that Chinook helicopter flying over our house. It shook the whole house because it was flown only meters above our house. We're thinking that maybe that came over our house and is landed based down there at the airfield, which is only one mile away from our house. Maybe because they may need that to get to people who have the virus out rurally, because Norfolk is quite rural, so to rescue people from abroad, because there are people that have unfortunately been stuck abroad. I don't feel sorry for them, because it was their fault. They could have bought a ticket when everyone didn't shut their borders yet, but they chose to just stay there. So there we go. Unless you didn't choose, I'm very sorry if you didn't choose. Oh yeah, this is also really funny, is the fact that today I saw Mr. Motivator on the TV, and I've put it on my vlog because it's really funny. But Mr. Motivator was a person in the 90s who would help people with the workouts at home. He came back on the TV this morning. The people were trying not to wet themselves because he was doing this dance move. He was like, ride the horse. And it was so funny. And the presenters, and no one was actually copying him because it was so cringy and really embarrassing. So, yes. That my family, being the family of all families, have made the Rights family group chat. Yes, you heard me right. The Rights family group chat. The Muslim bum guns. Muslims have these bum guns, which you basically spray water up your asshole. And Dad bought them, and they arrived in the post today. Shooketh. I am shooketh. I do not want to use them, and he's telling me he's now going to not buy toilet roll, so we're forced to use them. As Jeffree Star would have said, 2020 is not Jeffree Star approved, but in my case, 2020 is Rose Wright not approved. Line was today, and I completed them, so celebrate good times, come on, I'm gonna regret this soon. Yeah, so English language GCSEs, and I got a 9, peoples, on the 9 to 1 scale, on the 9 to 1 scale. The 9 to 1 scale. The 9 to 1 scale. 9 being the highest, 1 being the lowest grade you can get. I got 83% in my test out of 100%. And 2 students who attained 77% or more got a 9 on the 9 to 1 scale. So guess who got an A star, people? Me. Let's go. Let's go. And also, I am going to flex on my granddad once this is all over because I actually beat him at a subject. I actually beat a two-time winning first graduate of Cambridge University at a subject, and these 2 points of IQ are the Einsteins. So, you know what I'm saying. Scotland's chief medical officer resigns over lockdown trip. She was a stupid cow. She all week had been saying to people, don't go outside, stay indoors, don't make unnecessary trouble. Yet herself went against her own words, yeah? And she resigned after apologising for visiting her second home during the coronavirus lockdown. That is just Scottish government for you. Well done. You messed it up again. I hope he makes a full recovery. # pray for Bojo. I'm hoping I don't have to sit here and say he's, So yeah, that's all the news this week. Very eventful. Most upsetting about Boris. Don't want Labour government. Because someone ate a freaking bat, so Look at that. What is that, Now it makes all the more problems because Dad can't thin out my hair. We are going to try and cut my hair with dog clippers. I know we're going to look back and we're going to laugh at it. Rose's terrible choices. But I will not with long hair. We don't mix, peoples. We don't mix. Okay, so we go. My week in quarantine on Quarantine Island. That's where I'm going for my Easter holidays. Quarantine Island. And there was nothing. It was a freaking ghost town. I've never seen it so quiet in all my life. And I sat in the car park and just saw that the road was empty. All you heard was like a distant car going, but then after that went away, silence, complete and utter silence. And also, I watched the traffic lights, and because obviously they need traffic lights in case there's traffic, right? And they were going red, amber, green. But the difference this time was the fact that they'd go green, but no cars would be waiting to go. So creepy, just seeing these traffic lights change sequence, but nothing, no sound of engines, nothing there to control. So, yeah, that's really apocalyptic. I mean, it's horrible out there. It's like the infected zone, and that's it, You got your place, and that's it. I hope so as well. I don't want the Labour leader to lead the government, even though we've got a new one who, thank God, beat Jeremy Corbyn. The nonce. I think his name's Keir Starmer. I don't know much about him though. Being extended. James, stop. This is James, my brother. He's currently 8 years old. You're 8, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. My news, stuff like that. James, I know you're doing that behind my back. Cases, even they have a higher amount of cases than Italy, which is a long period. And I made a cake today. It's an Easter cake. It's good. It's moist. It's always good because I'm a cake connoisseur, you know. So I also went to see my nan, which was good. I gave her some cake. So yeah. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else to know yet. That's it. Okay. Just before we go, James has a joke.
What music can you find underground?
What?
Rock and roll.
We are so glad you pulled through. This country needs a strong leader right about now, and we don't want the new Labour leader Keir Starmer or whatever his name is. No matter if he's better at Jeremy Corbyn or not, Labour sucks. So there we go. Boris is back, people. Boris in the house. No corona. We are facing a decade of problems now due to 2020. I'm actually renaming 2020. Forget 2020. Scrap that. It's going to be called the year of the toilet roll, because we can add that to the Chinese New Year calendar, and like, you know how they got like the year of the rat, they got year of the dog and everything like that. This year of the toilet roll. It's for you, NHS. Mainly because Billie Eilish is performing. Billie Eilish from her house. Oh my god, everything with her brother. Also, what is this thing with the body roll right now on TikTok? I can't do the thing where, you know, like, you got the hips. Like, you have to move your hips. Like, they move them and just go like, bum, 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 bum. Oh, that's actually, nah. See, like, I can't move the hips. You gotta go like that, but I can't go like that. And then it's also like, you gotta do the body roll, which is, yeah, back. The beginning. Awakening to silence. Only the sound of your heart beating greets you this morning. Reflecting sunlight sprawled across the rose velvet bed sheets. Peace and tranquility at last. The early morning bird catching the worm. Creaky floorboard soundproofed beneath the comfort of the carpet. Trees waving good morning from across the yard. Little baby swallows soaring into the opaque, cloudy sky. The kettle boiled, crying out for your attention like a small child, pouring its heart out into your early morning coffee cup. Finally, a fresh start. No more nagging from mum and dad, no more whining from little sis. Just you and your thoughts alone at last, ruling over this house like a queen over her kingdom. All 50 channels pleading with you to watch them first, sofa surfing finally becoming lawful. But the shackles of work wouldn't let you go that easy, hauling yourself out of bed every morning, only to be confined to a desk for the next 8 hours, dreaming of takeaway pizza and chips. Staring at the car keys, hoping they would magically disappear behind the sofa, the thought of just 10 more minutes, taking pride of place everywhere you looked. Dragging yourself towards the door to the unknown, hissing at the bright beams of sunlight staring down on you as if it was God himself, muttering words of disappointment and shame. Your own car laughing in hysterics at you for the world's worst bed hair. Was the whole world against you now? Slamming the front door shut, making the whole house quake its boots. Rainy clouds hovering above your head, making makeup running down your acne-infested skin. The classic office girl cliche of a dodgy brown cardigan and a floral printed blouse, bringing the street to misery. Sailing off to work in your little Vauxhall Corsa while listening to Britney Spears, one hand at the wheel, the other checking your Instagram like count cautiously. Didn't want another 3 points on your license. Other drivers passing by getting a small glimpse of your city girl vibes, nearly veering off the road in horror. The inside of your car nearly as bad as your insides themselves. Thick layers of dirt, used tissues and plastic water bottles crawling around as if it was alive. A smile that grinned from ear to ear that showed that you were the boss now, turning up that Britney Spears song to heart's content. Pulling up late to work, yanking the £6 Primark bag out of the passenger seat, arguing that it was a Louis Vuitton designer but the logo had fallen off with age. Trudging along the pavement with your 30 minutes of ad-free listening on Spotify, wishing you'd paid the £5 extra for premium. Wondering why the sound quality was crackling and hissing. Maybe it just didn't like you, or it was down to the fact that you didn't have enough money to buy AirPods, so you just bought a really cheap pair that was falling apart. Only the dreams of childhood memories, bringing back the times of shoving little sis's birthday cake in her face and wandering into the men's bathroom by mistake could save you now. Hauling yourself towards the automatic doors that only worked manually. Wafting smells of sweat, coffee stains and biscuits following you to your desk. Grey ceiling boards and twitching yellow light beams glooming over you in a bad mood. Shoes sticking to the mouldy carpet that hasn't been washed once. Imprisoned by desk walls like animals. Foul stenches of cheap coffee from Sainsbury's and Chanel No. 5 that were so strong they almost made you retch. Eyes fixated with evil on that one sales rep called Linda, who sat chattering away in the corner about anything but what she was supposed to be selling. Sighing in despair, wishing you had paid more attention to the schoolwork rather than your nails. Slumping into a manky office chair that creaked every time you moved, staring at the clock, waiting for time to fly by to lunch. The pigs trampling over each other just to get to the office fridge first, eyes weeping and gagging at the sight of tuna mayo sandwich meal deals from Tesco's, separated from the crowd with your McSalad from McDonald's. After all, you must make room for that Christmas banquet later this year. Glancing over your shoulder at the office boss with envy, all fancy with his personal office cornered off from the peasants, slurping expensive coffee from his personal Nespresso coffee machine, and browsing the internet with ultra-fast broadband on an iMac Pro. Meanwhile, in reality, you were stuck out here, with the cheap nasty stuff, standard broadband, and a Dell monitor that doesn't even switch on properly. Finally, the bell rang. Freedom was in sight. Leaping for the door handle with desperation, daydreaming of all those 50 channels all day long. The time had finally come. Scooting away in the heap of junk that was the Vauxhall Corsa. So tired that the key didn't seem to fit quite right in the keyhole, throwing a little rant for all to see that unsurprisingly ended up with 5 million views on YouTube. At this point, who even cared anymore about a little city girl who cried to the theme tune of Friends and snuggled up with her cat called Casper? Chucking the keys down the back of the sofa to gain extra time tomorrow at home. Sounds of Alexa playing the dulcet tones of Radio 2 in the kitchen to let you know that you were officially too old for the days of Radio 1. Sitting on a heap of unwashed clothes, waiting for the microwave to ding with your fish pie microwave meal from Asda's. Drifting off to the days of Mum's cooking, only to be dragged into consciousness by the reality of not even being able to make beans on toast without burning the kitchen down from shame. Too tired to notice that the inside was still frozen. Regretting the choice, aiming the plastic tray at the bin, only to miss miserably. Changing into those PJs that every girl owned with the phrase "Bon appetit" on the top. And an expensive dressing gown that was way higher than your wage could afford. Relaxing on the couch, cuddled up with your hissing cat that weed everywhere and a Tom and Jerry's ice cream pot. Out of all 50 pleading channels, you had all the choice in the world that bring hope with it, but only to be crushed by the disastrous choice of MTV. Crying into 5 tubs of mint chocolate chip ice cream whilst drowning in your 100th cup of coffee. Falling halfway up the stairs, wondering if that was even possible. Not bothered about the sounds of your cat ripping up the DFS sofa in the lounge. Whatever happened now would be tomorrow's problem. Right now, all that mattered was flopping into bed and flicking on Instagram until 3 a.m. Snuggling into the comfort of your duvet as if you were going into hibernation. left with that drifting thought of repeating the same agonising process tomorrow and the day after that, praying that you would wake up and it would magically be the weekend. Sadly, not even the Vicar of Dibley could save you now. Donald Trump, current president of the United States, he said today that apparently, let's just inject them with disinfectant. Let's just inject some Dettol into everyone, No, that is not a good idea. I love it. It's just, I'm Captain Jack Harkness now. All I gotta go is, Yanto, bring me another pizza. Or something. I don't know. That's what he says. And he also says, Captain Jack Harkness, how you doing? It's so funny. Many Americans are a bit, since we had a barbecue today. The cousins have had like 8 barbecues, and we've had none. Somebody on my famous TikTok asked me today if I'm a toaster.
I have a favourite film. It is called Angry Birds 2, the movie. It is my favourite film because it is very funny. I will tell you the main characters in this movie. There is this leader pig who I forgot his name.
Vindication Day. Today is the 1st of May 2020, and it is my 50th day on lockdown. I get with the money issues, I get with the economy, I get with everything they're saying, but you have to put public health before that, because if you're going to get money, okay, great, but then what if you're dead in 3 weeks? What if you're dead in 3 weeks? If you're dead in 3 weeks, what money is that good use for, Your family's dead, you're dead, your cat's dead, everyone. So that's not great. Bikers were fined for a 200-mile trip to Yorkshire just to get some chips. I mean, I'm going to put this over it. Only in Britain. Only in Britain. Today is the 15th of May, 2020, and it is my 40... No, I done it wrong. No. Start fresh. Today is the 15th of May, 2020, and it is my 64th day on lockdown here in the UK. Hey, Mum, say hello to the vlog.
Hello vlog. How are you?
It's not a person. It's not a person.
The sun is shining today. It's a good day.
I mean, yeah, every day the sun's shining. Yesterday it wasn't shining. Oh yeah, I cut my shorts on. I can't even lift my leg up because I'm so not a gymnast. But, I'm just telling them I had this amazing video call. And that was it! And that's it today, so, your hair looks like straw.
Looks like straw?
It does,
really?
But
Is it really bad? It's dry, isn't it?
It's quite dry and feels like hay bales.
Oh, thanks, Rose.
But, so he makes everything easy to understand, which is great, because that's what we need to do. We need to understand it. But it's so funny, because he, even under approximations, he just had to, slide in there with the, when I was educated, calculators and personal computers did not exist. We used a slide rule and a 4-figure log table. Without going into detail, it was necessary to approximate the answer by mental arithmetic, as there were always 2 possibilities. And worst of all, he now knows, and correctly and really funny, it's just, he now has only just started to use the word LOL, which was so invented a long time ago, and it's just the funniest thing ever. You can look at this as numeric agility or mental or written LOL. Dominic Cummings, who is the PM's chief advisor, he had coronavirus. He caught it from the PM when he had it, and while having symptoms of coronavirus, he made a 260-mile trip to his parents' home to go and see them. Why you would do that, I really don't know. Like, no one should do that. Like, does he have any common sense? You're just gonna go and infect your parents. Oh, sure, you go do that. And now he's coming under backlash. No surprise there from the media for that, because if someone from the government does that, it's like they're going to show the public that, oh, so the public aren't allowed to do this, but I can. Well, that doesn't seem right, does it? Yeah, just here. Yes, I did cut my hair. Yes, this is the result. Yes, it was all sticky up. Yes, have I made it worse? Yes. Now, does it have to wait? Now, do I have to wait until it grows back? Yes. So, sorry for the sticky up hair, but we're just going to have to live with it.
I spoke to my MP. I got 20 minutes on a Zoom call with the actual MP. And she was in the House of Commons. Oh my god, I'm fangirling at the moment. But there we go. So I got to speak to her about exams, treating with external candidates, because I've been treated differently. So I voiced my opinion, and she was in the House of freaking Commons, you guys. House of freaking Commons. And she just is just 20 minutes with an MP. You don't get that very often. Like, you have to be special to get that, okay? So, there we go. That my news.
Currently, the Russian vaccine is not on the list of the WHO's list of 6 vaccines that have been reached in clinical trials. But the question is, can it be trusted? Now, I don't think it can be trusted. There is reasons for this. This is because just last month, Russia was accused of stealing COVID-19 research, and yet now this month they claim they have a vaccine. Sounds a bit suspicious to me.
Boris Johnson has announced a second national lockdown, starting on the 2nd of November, which is next Monday, and lasting until the 2nd of December. What a load of fucking shit, is the way I can put it. It's shit. I can't describe how we all feel, because, people were literally just getting their lives back in order. People were going back to work. I was going back to the gym. Just got settled in the gym, and then bam! Another barrier hits you. It's a real shame. All the local lockdowns, though, have been up in the north, so it's the fucking north, people. They're the ones who I am going to blame for this. They're the ones that are really stupid and have caused it for the rest of us. Not saying they're stupid people where I live or anything like that, but it's the stupid people that ruined everything else for everyone. Now everyone takes the wrath for it. Excuse me. Just venting. Sorry. As we have become the first country to vaccinate the first person in the world against coronavirus. Let's have an applause. Well done. On the V-Day front, that is the main thing. Although I will leave you with the fact that the second person who got the vaccine was named William Shakespeare. I mean, only in the UK. A guy named William Shakespeare is the second person to get a vaccine. Oh my god, it's the funniest thing. And he's from Warwickshire. And he's from, is it Warwick? Yeah, it's Warwick. He's from Warwick as well. Today is the 5th of January 2021, and on
last night, which was the 4th of January 2021, Boris Johnson, or the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, announced a third national lockdown. Woo! Yay! I have on the end. Oh, it's like a small cotton bud, or it looks like a small toilet plunger. I didn't really have time to really look because I was trying to get it done. And they say stick it up your nose in both nostrils until you feel some resistance and twirl it round. So you did that. Oh my god, I've never felt pain like it. My eyes were watering. It was not good, and then my nose hasn't felt the same for a good few hours after that. It was dry and just didn't feel right having something stuck up your nose. That wasn't very pleasant. I'm not looking forward to doing that again.
Mr. Right, the man of my dreams, the one that shows me true love.
Or at least it seems.
With brown cocoa skin and curly black hair, it's just the way he looks at me, that gentle loving stare. Finally, it has happened
To me, right in front of my face.
and I just cannot hide it. If you only knew
The way I feel about you.
finally, it has happened to me, right in front of my face, and I just cannot hide it. Finally, it has happened to me, right in front of my face. My feelings can't describe it. If you only knew the way I feel about you.
Your girl, your bitch. Alright. This is the printed out version. Grade 9 and a grade 9 in English and a grade 8 in geography, which is equivalent to an A star in both. That, I think, deserves a celebration. In the face of adversity, I come out on top. I always do. Kill the game, come out on top. That's all you gotta do. Today is still the 28th of February 2021, and I am here with...
Me!
Yes, who are you?
James Wright.
No, say it. say it a bit louder.
Could you restart it?
No, say it a bit louder.
Is it loud enough? Like, seriously, is it loud enough?
No, James, just say it. Say your voice normally.
Okay.
So what is your name?
James Wright.
And how old are you?
9.
9. Okay. So, James, this is a question and answer with me.
Yeah.
And how excited are you to be on the show? Yeah, okay. So, this is you know how people do...
Game shows?
No, you know how people do interviews on the TV?
Yeah.
This is like a bit of an interview
Okay.
with you, okay?
Can we get to the questions?
Game show.
What?
What is this? The James just annoys me show sort of thing.
Oh, wait, no, I think it's more the irritating sister show.
Is it for you asked
Making
to be on this
I'm
show?
making a joke!
Fine.
I'm making a joke.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to say to the people of the future? From James, who is currently 9. You're gonna rewatch this in the future, and you'll be sitting there and go, "That's me! That's me when I was 9!
Okay!
Look how much annoying I was!"
Eat those words up. Eat them. Or suffer the fate. Eat those words. Eat them.
So, any words of wisdom from the young James?
Words of wisdom.
Come up. People want to see you.
Words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Keep playing and keep playing.
Keep playing. Is that it?
No, wait. This is more.
Oh, there's
Keep
more.
playing. Keep binging. Keep chilling. Words of wisdom.
Peace out. Hands for 20 seconds, thoroughly 20 seconds. hot water and soap. Can't beat it. Okay. Rinsing the hands under hot water. Get your soap. Get lots of soap on your hands. Here we go. And then just sing happy birthday twice.
A new month, a new me. No, just kidding. There is no new me, but there is a new month. She is.
Yeah, I sure hope it does.
Today is the 6th of April 2021, and I'm doing an interview with my dad. So,
Me?
yeah, Dad, you. So say your name.
Yeah, for the record, my name is Jonathan David Wright, born 16th of the 1st, 1976.
Okay. And
Born in Dartford.
what vaccine did you have, Dad?
Oh, I had, Rose, the AstraZeneca vaccine.
The AZ. That's all the cool people say.
Yeah, I had the Oxford AZ.
Yeah.
And you'd sit near him. Then there was a guy who would be the
Distributor almost.
the administrator
Yeah,
of
administer.
the
Vaccine.
vaccine. So he'd be the
Stabber.
syringe giver. Yeah. And then in the back of them there was the person who was loading the syringes up and making a note of the vaccine number and everything else that was on the bottle, you see. So as you sat down there, then they had to verify that you were entitled to the jab, to which I was asked, do you work social services? I said no. Do you care for somebody who's vulnerable in group 6, blah blah blah? And I said yes, I am. And that was it. They actually asked me no more questions apart from things like your date of birth, who you were, and then they asked me this one question, Rose, about my ethnicity.
Ethnicity.
That's it, ethnicity. And I said, they said, what
is your ethnicity?
what's your
What's your
what's your
background?
ethnic background?
Yeah.
And I sat there and went, really? And
Why
he went,
does it matter?
I said, why does that matter? He went, no. What? It's a big poll. So, what is your ethnic background? And I just said, I'm a human being.
It's a great answer.
And that's what they said. They went,
They
that
said
is-
that,
they went,
yeah.
that is a great answer. I said, yeah, well, just human beings.
I mean, obviously, you also sort of you had the mindset going in that you may have to lie because you are. Not
I
50.
went armed with a care plan
Yes, but
from
you.
your mum.
Yes,
from the
but
mental
you
health
thought
team.
we were like, oh,
I
hold
was
on a minute,
covered.
you're not even in the age category to get it.
No, I was only 5 years out.
Yeah. And I said, don't worry, because you look 50.
Thanks.
I was not actually, I was joking, but you know,
Thanks.
could feel it going.
That's right, yeah. So he stuck it in, and it goes, yeah. And I actually felt it go all the way down my arm. You could feel it going into your arm.
Oh,
And it hit my hand, and my hand went really hot.
it's awful.
This hand was really cold. This hand was hot. So it was stuck in my left arm. And I was like, ooh. And Jay had said that he'd done it a few days before, and his arm, he couldn't even lift his arm. So he was like
Cripple.
this. He was like cripple arm. Yeah. And I thought,
Tyrannosaurus.
yeah. And I was like, oh no, that's not good. Anyway, and then I thought, oh, that wasn't too bad. But you could feel it. You knew that you had it. You definitely knew you'd had an inoculation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except Grandma, who didn't even have coronavirus, but she's had her vaccine, she? Grandma.
Yeah. She had a heart attack instead.
I know she had a heart attack instead, that was awful. But she literally be singing, staying alive, staying alive.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, it'll be, just look for better, brighter futures. Boris.
Yeah, that's right.
He never actually said that, but, he'd be going, good evening, and then he'd be going, better, brighter futures. And everything like that. So
That's it.
we do look forward to that. We did.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello,
today is the 27th of June 2021, or 2021 if you like, and I just wanted to briefly discuss the scandal that has been going on in the past 24 hours. It is on here. I have put it on here. So basically what's happened is Matt Hancock, who I've mentioned a lot and has been mentioned a lot on my vlog, because he is the health secretary of Britain, which means he's in charge of making all of the coronavirus rules and restrictions and enforcing them and stuff like that. He was a bit of a sneaky bugger. He was basically caught with his hands down his trousers, and he was seen on video caught in Ultra 4K, if you're a TikTok person, and he was caught having an affair with another member of Parliament, maybe, or his secretary or someone, just in his office. And he has a wife, so basically he's had an affair. And what's more of a scandal is the fact that he had it and did it at the time that you weren't allowed to, I suppose, get with anyone who isn't within your bubble. So he broke his own restrictions that he made, and then everybody basically backfired at him for that. The Prime Minister did forgive him, but you know, the public wasn't going to forgive him on that. It's like what happened to Dominic Cummings, but all over again. So in the past 24 hours, he has resigned officially as Health Secretary. He is still a member of Parliament, but he is not going to be sitting and joining the Prime Minister in Number 10 or anything like that anymore. And I just wanted to tell you that in person, because I've said it, I've mentioned him quite a lot on the channel. Not the channel, the vlog. So yeah, no, he's gone. Yeah, sorry, but just I've seen the video of him kissing this woman, proper grabbed her ass and everything, and it's just awful, you know. Just it was really bad. He was like, you know, that was the whole thing that was going on there. It was very disgraceful, to be honest with you. And his replacement is Sajid Javid, who was the Mayor of London and is now the new Health Secretary. So we'll see what he comes up with. Hopefully he's not going to be as scandalous.
A possible scare at school, because I actually happened to gather a false positive test. Yes, right. I tested positive at school. I then went home. I did another 2 lateral flows and a PCR, which both came back negative, which is ironic if you think about it. I got a false positive, so in the small percentage of people that did get false positives lies me. And I just thought I'd update you and say, look, I haven't got it. I didn't get it. And we live to fight another day. My mum has come down with the Rona, and my brother is also suspected to have the Rona. Me and my dad currently do not have the Rona, but it feels like living in a house of plague.
I can't work your thing out. What do I push?
It's alright, it's going. It's working.
It's working.
Right, hold on, I need to put this back now.
I'm trying to make
Shall we see you make it work? Here's my hand. Give me the snapper.
poked it in or not? I want to wreck it.
Let me have a look.
I did one just a minute ago. What are you doing?
James, you ruined it. Okay.
Look there.
Right.
Wait,
come here.
come round to Rose and hold the snapper tight.
Hold up, bit.
For this bit?
Yeah, and pull.
Ready, steady. Don't pull it, James. It's not going to hurt
It's
you.
not going to hurt you.
Yay!
Yay! Well done.
Didn't even snap. Alright,
Yeah.
so this bit.
All those bits there, that's square, all of that.
Go.
And the wing
Go, twins.
Robert's face. Come down, you devil! You must die! Flip, flop, right in the eye.
That's great, Nan.
On the
On the first day of COVID, my family goes to me. I want to On the
On the
second day of COVID,
my family gave to me. National lockdowns and all right, screw that.
On the
On
third
the
day
day of
of
COVID, my family gave to me. Free home, haircuts too. National lockdowns and all right, screw that. On the fourth day of COVID, my family gave to me. All distance visits, 3 national lockdown on WhatsApp, right, group chat. On the fifth day of COVID, my family gave to me. All distance visits, 3 home haircuts, 2 national lockdowns, and a WhatsApp, right, group chat. On the sixth day of COVID, my family gave to me 6 toilet rolls, 5 face masks, 4 distance visits, 3 home haircuts, 2 national lockdowns, and a WhatsApp, right, group chat. On the seventh day of COVID, my family gave to me 7 NHS laps, 6 toilet rolls, 5 face masks, 4 distance visits, 3 home haircuts, 2 national lockdowns, and a WhatsApp right group chat.
Dogs collapsed.
On the eighth
The
day of
6th day of
COVID, my
COVID,
family
my
gave
family
to
gave
me
to me
8 bottles of sanitizer, 7 NHS
NHS
labs,
laps, 6
6
toilet rolls,
toilet rolls,
5
face
face
masks,
4
4
distance
distance
visits,
visits,
3
3 home haircuts, 2 national
and a
lockdowns, and a
WhatsApp right
WhatsApp right chat.
on the ninth
On
day
the
of
day of COVID,
COVID,
my
my
family
family
gave
gave
to
to
me
me
9 calls from Grandad, 8 bottles of sanitizer,
sanitizer,
7
6
NH flaps,
Toilet
6
roll.
toilet rolls,
5
5
face
face masks, 4
4
distance
distance
visits, 3 home haircuts,
and a
and a
WhatsApp
WhatsApp right
group
chat.
chat. On the 10th
On
day of
the day of
COVID, my family
COVID, my
gave to
family
me
gave to me
10
10
tons
tons
of
of
loading,
loading,
9
9
calls
calls
from
from
Grandad, 8
Grandad,
bottles
8
of
bottles of sanitizer,
6
7 NH flags, 6
5
toilet rolls,
face
5 face masks, 4 distance
3
visits, 3 home haircuts,
and a
2 national
WhatsApp right
lockdowns,
group
and a WhatsApp right group chat.
on the
On the
11th
11th
day of
day of
COVID,
COVID, my family gave to me 11 shows to binge watch, 10 tons of moaning, 9 calls of Grandad, 8 bottles of sanitizer, 7 NH flags, 6 toilet rolls, 5 face masks, 4 distance visits, 3 home haircuts, 2 national lockdowns, and a WhatsApp right group chat.
On the 12th day of COVID, my family gave to me 12 months of madness, 11 shows to binge watch, 10 ton of moaning, 9 calls from Grandad, 8 bottles of sanitizer, 7 NHS labs, 6 toilet rolls, 5 face masks, 4 distance
haircut, 3 home
haircuts, 2 national ton of WhatsApp group chat.
Oh my god, it looks like I'm bald on the side. That's quite funny. Yeah, I've had my hair cut. Quite clearly, had my hair cut. This is the shortest I've had my hair. Quite clearly, I have no hair. I have less than 50% of my hair on my head.
We'll obey the rules.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Nan!
Hello, Blossom. Are you alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay.
okay?
Yeah.
Have you had a hairdo wrong?
No, what? Hairdo wrong?
What have you done to it?
What?
It looks lopsided. Has Dad done that?
now. That is negative. That, to me, is negative. That is negative, that.
Oh, it's dried out. There's no line there.
There isn't. Dad, there's no line.
Yay! Okay.
To be safe, I will test tomorrow and Friday.
What do you think about that one?
If I get double negative, that's all right, isn't it, Dad?
Yeah.
It's because it looks a bit like it was down the bottom, but now it's...
Okay. Look at you. You're proper like.
Yay!
Do you not think that's a fake one right now?
No, I do not.
You think it's just where it's drying?
Yeah.
Whereas yesterday you could see it, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Tell you that now, I haven't tested. It's not funny. Blimey. Good Lord.
What is that? How many tests is that though?
That's got to be about
Well,
16.
Nan, why have you
16?
tested that many?
Because you just ordered them.
We just ordered them over the
You
phone
just-
once every week. We ordered them. But we don't test it, but we've got them. There's some there that have just got no.
How many?
18 tests. 18 times 7.
18 times 7.
7, 8,
70.
164.
What?
We didn't want to buy them.
164 tests.
Is that how many
So
that
we went
is?
on,
Yeah.
went on the website and we just ordered them and ordered them and ordered them. It was Andrew that put us up to that.
Something like that.